Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Thursday, the 9th day of November. Today is Carl Sagan Day, Chaos Never Dies Day, British Pudding Day, Go to an Art Museum Day. That's kind of cool. But there's also some odd things like 1109 Day. I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
And it's World Freedom Day. Cool. National Scrapple Day. But it's also National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day.
Okay.
And here's the one that I think is the oddest one. The Geriatric Tooth Fairy Day. What?
So is that like a tooth fairy that comes around to nursing homes?
Apparently they take dentures. I don't know. I have
Ew.
no idea. All of that stuff going on today. And I have a Dear John letter that I'm excited to see what everybody else has to say, and I'm excited to see what Heidi has to say. But a lady has a 17-year-old daughter who's pregnant and going to be given birth here when she turns 18. And this lady's saying, I don't want to be the one raising this kid, but it looks like I'm going to be the one raising this kid. So she's looking for some advice.
Yikes.
We'll be chiming in with that here in a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. You definitely can't just kick your feet up while inside a driverless car, even though a lot of people do. Researchers from the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology delved into the hazards of engaging in certain distractive activities while inside an autonomous vehicle. Their research aimed to understand the challenges of suddenly having to retake control in an emergency.
Right.
They tested people's response time in emergencies after engaging activities like writing business emails, watching videos, or even resting their eyes. They found that all of these tasks worsened the takeover and led to a period of poor driving. Do you think?
Of course.
It resulted in the worst takeover, resting resulted in the worst takeover response, followed by working. Social media was less disruptive, but the longer the participant engaged in any activity, the worse their response was to an actual emergency. So what they're saying is just pay attention. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that Apple iPods are making a comeback?
I did not know this.
As the discontinued models are being sold from Urban Outfitters as vintage, much to the horror of millennials. From classic to mini, different types of the MP3 player are available to purchase on fashion websites, tapping into the Y2K trend that Gen Z is loving these days. Some of the models for sale include iPod Color, that's the 4th generation, iPod itself, which is the 4th generation, and iPod Classic, which was the 5th generation. Nostalgia does have a price, though. A sky blue Apple iPod Mini 1st generation cost $199.
Whoa.
In 2004, when it was brand new, it was $249. So it's a little cheaper. But
Jeez.
yeah, that seems like, I don't know, seems very expensive. You can get them at yard sales for like $8. So we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Daniel Radcliffe is executive producer of a documentary about his former stunt double who was left paralyzed following an accident on the Harry Potter set. David
Yikes.
Holmes, The Boy Who Lived, is a coming-of-age story of a talented teenage gymnast who formed a bond with Harry Potter star Radcliffe, and then he was hurt and left paralyzed. And this is going to actually be on HBO November the 15th. So that's really cool that he's the executive producer and he's helping make this story come
Yeah,
to
I
light.
think that's great. Yeah.
John Stamos says his alcoholism got so bad that he actually doesn't remember being on set to film his role in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
Oh,
He appeared
wow.
on the Howard Stern program to promote his memoir that he's got out. It's called If You Would Have Told Me, saying he forgot to even book the film. It was like the day before he was brought there. He's like, what am I doing here? So he quit drinking and has not had a drink since he did 8 years ago, which is really good. That's very, very cool. Thanks for listening.
Isn't it sad? Like you're hearing more and more and more from all of these actors that are coming out saying, you look at them, you think, oh, perfect life. And no, not so much.
No, I don't think anybody has a perfect life. And I'm proud of people who have a mess in their life and then they fess up and say, hey, I've got a mess too. Because then we can all learn from that and go, oh,
Yeah.
hey, well, I don't have to be perfect. No, you don't. We're not perfect either. Not even close.
John's not.
Not even close. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Scientists say how you like your eggs could indicate your sex drive. So if you like them over easy, or
does
if you
it
like
say
them
what does it say?
It does not.
Really?
No, I don't have that list. I wish that I did because I might have.
I would be interested in hearing that list.
Might have to change up my egg style based on what I need to be doing here. So, how do you like your eggs, Heidi?
I like my eggs over easy.
Hey, that's exactly how you like your sex.
That is true.
She's my wife. And I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh. All right, let's move on to something else. Some fed up renters are calling out a landlord online after spotting a strange requirement on one of the listings. A designer micro apartment is advertised for rent, but guests are not permitted overnight. The one-bed unit is up for $370 per week in a suburb of Brisbane, Australia. According to the ad, guests are permitted to visit but not able to stay overnight. The strange requirement prompted a hysterical reaction on social media, with a TikTok user saying, Australian landlords are literally banning sex in their apartments. True or not, the owner of the apartment building claims each apartment is for single occupancy only due to council and fire restrictions. So they're saying, it's not up to me.
It has nothing to do. I mean,
Yeah,
you
the
can
town
still
council.
have sex. Just do it earlier.
This
Just
whole,
gotta go home afterwards.
this whole break has gotten off the rails. I need to apologize for the last 2 minutes of this program. All right, your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right, I got a Dear John letter here that I think it'll be interesting to see what Heidi has to say, and I also think it'd be interesting to see what other folks have to say. You can chime in, by the way, on our Facebook page. I posted this one really early. Last week I posted it way late because I got the Dear John letter way late. But if you'd like to, you can see this one again. I posted it way early. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Here it is. Dear John, my 17-year-old daughter is pregnant. She will be 18 by the time she gives birth. She's not in a relationship with the father, and the father wants nothing to do with the baby. She's decided to keep the baby, even though every adult in her life has advised against it. I've had several serious conversations with her about how she plans to raise this baby, and she said she would get a job. So I asked, so who's going to watch the kid while you're at work? And my daughter has maintained that when I see my grandchild, I should want to be involved, and this is a way I can help and bond with him or her. Here's the thing. No, I'm not raising another baby. My daughter is my youngest, and I'm done with raising children. But then I realized that if she has a job and is still living with us, then there's no choice. I'm going to practically raise this baby. This is so not fair to us. So I told her she has until the baby is born to find a place to live. My husband is not on board with this at all. He says we need to help her and be compassionate. But why should we let her take advantage of us? I will help her get a job. I will find affordable housing, and I will be right there for her in every way. I will just not raise this baby. That's reasonable, right? Signed, not ready for this. So, Heidi, first of all, what do you say about all this?
Oh, I mean, that's...
Different perspective, I bet.
I mean, I don't know the relationship that she had previously with her daughter. I don't know if her daughter has been a good daughter, if she's been an ungrateful and has been, in and out of... Who knows? If she's been in trouble or all the way through high school and the mom is just through. None of that is in there.
No.
I can say if I were to find out that my daughter was pregnant, our daughter, I would say, come home and we will help you. Absolutely. I wouldn't even hesitate. But again, I don't know if this girl has been a problem all the way through school and the mom is just ready to be done with it. I don't know.
In all fairness, you guys need to understand, Heidi is so ready to have grandkids.
Oh my gosh.
Our
my daughter,
even,
daughter or son, if they came home with a grandbaby, would be lucky to ever see that
Our
child
son doesn't
again.
even like going out to dinner with us anymore because my wife was like, hey, check out that waitress with those good childbearing hips over there. He's like, Mom, would you leave me alone? Stop it. Just stop it. So, no, I think that perspective, but I can also see where she's coming from, where she's saying, hey, this wasn't part of my plan. I have a plan. Here's the thing that I will say to grandma that's not ready for this. Like your daughter says, when you see your grandchild, I got a feeling
when you see that child,
there's going to be a switch that flips where you're going to go, oh yeah, this is definitely part of my life now.
But absolutely, you need to make sure your daughter is responsible enough and is doing her part. I mean, she can't just leave you with this child, and you need to make sure she understands. Okay, you get off of work at this time, and this is the time that you will have your child again. I mean, it's
and there's in the beginning of this, it was saying all of the adults in her life were trying to. I'm assuming they're trying to convince her to give the baby up for adoption.
I would hope.
I think that's what that. I don't know, and it didn't really say. But think about this, Grandma. How would you feel if you had this baby that is now not in your life because, you're not able to or willing to or interested in stepping up short term? Make sure that you let them know this has got to be short term. This can't be I'm going to raise this child for the next 18 years, but I want to have this child in my life. Again, I think when it comes right down to it, I think it's going to be a lot less than you think it is, because right now you're coming off of, I don't know how many kids, but she says this daughter is the youngest. It doesn't say the youngest of 10 or whatever, but you're coming off of over 18 years of raising kids. So your perspective right now is 18 years of doing what you've been doing. So it is quite possible that if you ask the other kids in the family to help out as well, there might be some assistance.
And here's what I'll say. If you were a good mother, chances are she is also going to be a good mother.
Yeah.
And will love spending time with her child. And it's not going to be as much on your shoulders as you think it is. She may need some help till she can get on her feet and afford a place and that sort of thing, because daycare is very expensive.
Well, at the end of the day, I think that what I would do is let her know that I will help, but I won't do this full time.
Right.
All right. You can chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Your tonsils can grow back if the tissue there, if there was enough left behind during the removal process.
Oh, that's crazy,
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
very good. Well, and if the doctors know what they're doing, they leave enough, then they get to take them out like 9 months.
A repeat business.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Athletes spit so much because exercise increases the amount of protein in saliva, and exercising makes it more difficult to swallow. All right. I guess I didn't realize athletes were spitting so much, but I suppose. There you go. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The sound of a Star Wars lightsaber was created by pairing together the sound of an idle film projector and the buzz of an old television set.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The biggest butterfly in the world has a 31-centimeter wingspan. So it's about yay big. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The British royal family is not allowed to play Monopoly. All right, several fun facts.
Really?
Now
I
you know.
wonder why.
Thanks. Well, because they're royals. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 7% of people say they do this at least 3 times every day. What is it? I bet a lot of them do it right away in the morning. 3 times every day. Well, I'm not even going to, we're done. I'm not even going to ask you. Hit the snooze button.
Oh.
Yeah, hit the snooze button. And
That's not what I was going to
I know that. I could tell by the look on your face that's not what you were thinking. 7% of people hit the snooze button at least 3 times every day. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Blockbuster is finally being removed from the Calgary phone books. Over a decade after the last store closed in the Alberta city, each person on social media, locals, have been sharing the annual reappearance of the retro video store in their phone books every October. When asked for comment, Yellow Pages, which prints the local phone listings, explained, "This team is sent telephone information from telephone companies. In this specific Calgary phone book example, our partner is TELUS. After reaching out to them, they confirmed that the telephone number listing is still active in their system, and that is why this was included. However, TELUS
So
agreed...
you can still call Blockbuster.
No. TELUS
Oh.
agreed that they can deactivate this number, so it does not need to be continued to be printed. The next edition of the phone book, scheduled for October of next year, is not expected to have a phone number for Blockbuster Video."
Well,
It's been
that's
disconnected.
kind of sad.
What is the most surprising part of that story for you? Here's, for me, that there's still a phone book there.
Oh,
I haven't seen a phone book, like a living, breathing phone book. Well, maybe not living or breathing, but I haven't seen a printed phone book in like years. So that's kind of cool too. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Surprising baby name trends. Every year they come up with the names that are like common and less common. Like this, Maverick is more popular than Christopher now. There were 6,991 babies named Maverick, only 5,535 Christophers.
I don't doubt Maverick, especially after the resurgence of Top Gun.
Brinley is more popular than Brittany now. Brinley, Brynlee.
That's cute.
The 204th most popular girl's name, Brittany, 329th. When our daughter was in school, there were like 73 Brittany's in her class. Messiah is more popular than Patrick. Patrick came in at number 218. Messiah? 188. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Renlee, Wrenlee, is the fastest rising name for girls. It jumped 708 places from 2021. It jumped all the way from 712 all the way up to 497.
Huh.
Or 284 if you spell it differently. So, and if you'd like to read this, there's a bunch more, and it all has to do with names, and there's a whole bunch of them on the list. You can see it all in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Quote today is from Jackie Mason.
I loved Jackie Mason.
He was so funny. He said, "Money is not the most important thing in the world. Love is. Fortunately, I love money." That's good. He was such a funny dude. Jackie Mason is who our quote is from today. It is courtesy of insurancechicken.com. They know a thing or two about quotes, but they know about insurance quotes.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. This story comes from New Orleans. A 4-year-old enjoyed a special Halloween treat thanks to a New Orleans surgeon and his family. So, Halloween seems like it's a long ways away now, but this story is just coming out here. It says, Halloween is a good time for kids to don costumes, embark on a quest for candy, and embrace the spooky spirit of the season. However, for young Naz Hassan, a sweet 4-year-old from Syria, the prospect of missing out on trick-or-treating due to an upcoming heart surgery seemed like a bitter pill to swallow.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you to the kindness of Dr. Bill Acousti, orthopedic surgeon at the Children's Hospital in New Orleans, and his wife, Tiffany. This Halloween for this kid turned into a treat-filled night that they will not forget anytime soon. This young lady, it's a little girl, is undergoing medical treatment. She was facing disappointment of not being able to participate in the festivities, but the doctor and his wife, long-standing tradition of creating a memorable Halloween experience for their own kids, decided to extend that warmth to this young lady. So they had a private night of trick-or-treating in their neighborhood, giving her the opportunity to dress up as her favorite costume and experience the joy of collecting candies and treats. It says, we felt welcome. These unimaginably kind neighbors gave my daughter the chance to experience Halloween for the first time in her life.
Oh, wow.
Our family,
this is so sweet.
Yeah, it says our host family plus the neighbors made us feel happy and included. And she's got a really cool outfit on in this video and these photos where she's wearing like a butterfly wings. So that's kind of cool. 4-year-old kid, going in for heart surgery. I can imagine that would be a pretty scary thing. And to be able to go in there doing that and know that, hey, at least, I'm having a heart surgery, but I get to kind of enjoy some normalcy a little bit. That's kind of cool.
As you know, because we discussed this at length, I was extremely disappointed in the trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood.
Heidi,
we didn't get any.
We're like a week into November. Can you drop it?
I know,
she was
but
complaining.
It just made me so
She's on the
sad.
phone with everybody we know that night. She's like, oh, we don't have many
How many
trick-or-treaters.
trick-or-treaters have you had? We haven't had hardly any trick-or-treaters. It just breaks my heart because it was such a huge night when I was growing up.
Yeah, Heidi, that was a week ago. Get over it.
It just makes me sad.
All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.